Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Dirty Little Secrets Club. I'm Dayna Pereira.
And it's old Brim right here.
Hey Brim, I had an idea. Let me know what you think.
I'm ready.
What if we ask people to just send in their fetishes for a week and do a whole episode on crazy fetishes? What do you think?
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, let's fetish it up. Make it spicy. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Man, I was just like out of curiosity. I just looked up like how many fetishes are out there. There is so many fetishes out there. And I'm like blown away because there's so many fetishes out there that they make whole fucking categories. After you said last week, like scatophilia or whatever it was with the poops, I got curious. I don't know if that was a good idea or not.
You went down the rabbit hole. Dayna went down the rabbit hole. You were probably there for hours like, what the hell, man? I can picture.
I can
picture
even
your
lie.
face.
I saw some shit. I saw some shit. Not literal shit, but some figurative shit.
I can just picture. I could see the thing is I could see your face actually like looking, if it was on your phone, just like looking down with your eyes wide, popping open, like, oh my God, reaching over, grabbing the whole bottle of wine and just like, getting involved. Mm-hmm. Like I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, gosh, guys, my virgin ears, my virgin eyes. I was like, what is wrong with you people?
and you're not that PC. You're
I'm not,
which is even funnier because like, okay, look, I might go a little bit outside the norm in terms of what I know from where I've been and so forth, but you're pretty well, rounded with this stuff as well. So for you to be like, whoa, hold on a minute, my virgin ears.
There is some shit out there, but you know what? It makes me feel really good about myself. So
I'm not too bad.
And you know what? It's a learning experience. I am learning that there are a lot of different people out there that are into some weird shit. So it makes me feel less weird about the shit that I'm into.
Well, we're going to have to find that out as well. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm sure it'll come up at some point.
I'm sure. And some stuff has, but what do you call it? Yeah, no, I think, there's some really crazy stuff out there. I've gone down that wormhole before, and it is just wow. You look at it and you go, holy crap. As long as you don't go to the dark web, you're okay. When you go to the dark web, that's when you'll see some really awful stuff.
See, the thing is, I wouldn't even know how to get to the dark web. I would be like, ask like, hey guys, how do I get to the dark web? And then the FBI would show up at my house and I would be like, I just wanted to know what crazy fetishes people had. I'm sorry.
Well, they get that. Those are the really bad. That's where you got some really serious crap, like with the necrophilia and all that, like
I don't want to see that.
Real disgusting. Like, wow. Like look, I can't, there are certain things I can't get behind. I cannot get behind necrophilia. I cannot get behind, child pornography. I cannot get behind, pedophile stuff.
Right.
Like that stuff is just disgusting. And I am and I will tear you apart about it. So, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't want to see that type of stuff. And that type of stuff, I don't think we'll ever put that on the show.
No, absolutely not.
But at the end of the day, like, some crazy things. But anyway, welcome to the club, guys. Great to see you. Great to have you hear our voices, because we can't hear your voices right now, but we can if you hit up our official website and drop us some dirty little secrets down there. Then we can hear everything about you. Everything. All the good stuff. So go to dirtylittlesecretsclub.com and drop some info there. It is all anonymous. We do not rat you out. Don't worry. We just have a little fun with it. But as Dayna said, we're going to do something with the whole fetish thing. When do you want to do that? You want to set that up for?
You know what? Let's see what we get in. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, we can, throw together a fetish episode. Or if we get a lot of them, maybe we'll do it next week. I don't know. We'll have to see.
maybe I think you're really excited to do it is what I think.
Kind of am, actually.
I think what we should probably do is give them a couple of weeks to try to, send in as many as they possibly can, because, we might get, even if we got 100 of them, at the end of the day, 80 of them might be the same. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So maybe we give it a couple weeks, and then we will put together and formulate that episode. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Maybe we bring on a special guest too for a fetish episode.
Oh, that's a great idea. I have just the person in mind. I think you're in the same place as I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do something adult with it. Like,
yes.
Let's do something. All right. So we'll you put that out there because you're the queen of all media. And I will reach out to the person we're discussing, and we'll get an okay, and we'll make that happen. I'm in.
Yes, exciting that stuff going on at the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Yeah, special guest. All right, so am I starting? You starting? What are we doing?
You should kick us off. You're so good at it.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Oh, you just want me to call myself a pathological liar. That's especially with the conversation we had prior to going on. Right? It's like, okay, here we go. All right. So again, this is not Brim speaking. This is me speaking of a dirty little secret sent by one of our club members. That being said, I am a pathological liar. I don't try to be, but I just am. Every day I keep lying to everyone about what I would do, what I want to do, or even what I like. And these lies have just stacked up in my life that sometimes I even overwhelm myself with these lies and think they're the truth. I want to stop, but what's the point? All I do is just lie and lie. Sure, some truths can be told, but at this point, I don't even know what's true or not. Interesting. Did you like that read? Did I do it?
I did. Yeah. That was very animated, and you're good at that stuff.
I appreciate that. I was, trying to put my all into it. You know what I mean? I had to make it sound right.
It was like an official audition right there.
Yes. So I don't know. Look, man, one of the things that I pride myself on is being unapologetically authentic. And I don't lie. You know what I mean? Like, you can mistruth here and there. Things happen. You might skirt the edge of things of real and not real at certain points in times, especially when you're, in entertainment, you're telling a story, you might want to embellish a little bit here and there, but I never lie. Anything I ever say, anything I ever do, I'm always, it's the truth, it's factual. Everything is satisfactual. Sorry. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That song was canceled. Well, the movie
was it?
The movie was canceled. Did you know that Song of the South was canceled? That was the Disney movie. What do you call it? In the Song of the South? Yeah. So Zippity Doodah was part of that movie. That's where it came from. Anyway, that being said, I look, to each their own. I think that it is a very big issue. Being a pathological liar, it can ruin a lot. It can ruin your life, ruin your friendships, ruin relationships. Especially when, you just get so far down that proverbial rabbit hole where you can't even remember what's real and what's not. I think that my suggestion to you, whether you want to take it or not, is I think that you should go to see somebody and have some conversations in terms of therapy, because it is not a good trait to have. It is just, it's bad. It's bad. And people do it, and people do it. And some people get off on it, it is a fetish of people, that people have, but it'll ruin your life. I know a couple of people that it has. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Man, what's that old saying back whenever I was in high school was, you ain't got to lie to kick it. You can just be you, and people are going to like you. You don't have to lie to get people to like you or whatever. But yeah, Brim, I agree. If you're lying to your boss and they find out about it, boom, you're canned. If you're lying to your wife or your girlfriend, boom, you're canned. You're lying to your friends. Nobody's going to want to hang out. If you're not trustworthy, like I wouldn't keep somebody in my life that I found out was continuously lying to me.
Right. Right. It's, you can't, like, again, I can understand, and I'm playing the devil's advocate here. I can understand smoke and mirrors. I can understand embellishment. I can understand, like throwing a little bit of extra pizzazz on something, if you're,
right.
but when you're sitting and flat out blatantly bullshitting, you know what I mean? That's a problem,
Mhm.
and repeatedly doing so, it's just awful. So listen, I think that Dayna and I are in agreement here. We think that you need a therapist and quick. What do you call it? If you don't, well, let us know what happens in the future. See how this all stacks up and what happens. Matter of fact, do us a solid. If you can write into us again, I think, and I think Dayna would be in agreement with me. I'd like to know what the biggest lie you've told was. I'd like to know the biggest lie you've told and the biggest problem you've had because of lying. So if you
Oh,
can do
good
that for
one.
us, that would be really fun. And this way we'll talk about it within the next couple of weeks. If you can shoot that in, depends on how busy our write-ins are. So,
Yes.
I think that would be fun. And nothing from Jalapeno Girl lately, huh?
No, we haven't heard from her.
And
That's okay. We still love her.
what about what's his face?
Mama's Boy.
Mama's
we
Boy.
didn't get a follow-up on Mama's Boy yet. He's probably too busy having the sex.
He's too busy having the sex. All right. What do you call it? You're on to the next one, doll.
Here we go. It says, I started hooking up with this girl a few towns away. I never gave her my real name. We've hooked up a few times over the last year, and she still doesn't know my real name.
Bro. You snorted. You snorted, Day. I heard it. Oh, my Lord. Dude.
That's like a little creepy, right? Like, why can't she have your real name? Like, what's going on here?
Like, I've had friends in the past, like years ago, who would do the fake name thing and just like, you know what I mean? And just play it off and do, especially in today's society of everything, social media and everything. And, if you have, people can look things up and,
Yeah.
So I get to a certain extent. I want to know why the real name wasn't given to this one specifically. One, were you looking for a hookup, get in, get out type of a deal? Are you in another relationship that you didn't want them to find out about? Or you didn't want, there to be any kind of friction there? I want to know a little bit more about that, the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Other people are just like, well, I just want to be discreet and, just want to, bang and get the hell out the door, but
yeah. He's like, well, if I knock her up, she can't find me. So
yeah. Wow. Jesus Christ. You went dark there.
I did. It was that rabbit hole that I went down earlier. And now just like everything is dark. It's just pulling me down.
Wow. Oh my Lord. It's like Leviathan. What do you call it? Just sucked right under.
I need
Okay.
a Disney movie stat.
Make sure it's not one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
Steer clear of Descendants. You don't want all the evil lurking around and your thoughts. I don't know find the most wholesome Disney movie there is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So what are your thoughts? I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's okay?
I mean, you do you, but no, I would. Now I'm like wondering, I'm like, have I ever been with somebody that I didn't know like their last name or, something like, I don't know, but I feel like that's pretty dangerous, I guess, especially for a female to not know the person's name, because there's a lot of creepy shit going on out there and, you can get hurt and then you have no idea who you're with. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I want to find this girl and give her a lesson in figuring out who the fuck you're sleeping with.
Well, how about like keeping, the vagina to yourself unless you know who you're dealing with? I mean, that's just so weird. I don't know, man. What?
I actually saw on Twitter probably a week ago, and it was a girl asking if it was okay to ask a dude for his ID before leaving with him anywhere.
I mean, honestly, I in today's day and age, I wouldn't necessarily say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest, I don't think I'd say no.
Yeah, most of the people that responded were like, yeah, as long as she was willing to show her ID too, like
Yeah.
ID swap before.
Yeah. Well, essentially, you're probably going to one of the other's houses. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's good to know where you're going, and if you're leaving, and say you're at a club with a couple of your girlfriends, or at a club with a couple of your guy friends, and you're leaving with somebody else, and like, hey, this is who it is that I'm leaving with, and blah blah blah, and you have that safety net. God forbid you're missing within the next 24, 48 hours. People know where to come looking. So I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Yeah, not unheard
when
of.
I first started dating Danielle, did I tell you that story ever?
I don't think so.
I showed up at the house, and what do you call it? Like, when I came in, because at that point she was still living at home with her parents, and her mother had a book, and what do you call it? In the book, I had to give her my ID and answer questions, and before I was able to take her out. Can you imagine?
Yes, I mean, Mom. She's protecting her baby.
Yeah, it's just about 20 years now that I've been with her. So I guess I stole her, 20 years now. But at least they knew where to find me. They had my license, and they took a picture of my license, and what do you call it? Had all the information, and seriously. And so this way, and when she said to her mother, she's like, it's so embarrassing. Why? And why would you do that? She's like, well, if God forbid you get chopped up into little pieces, I know who to go after. Like I know who where you were last. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Well, it's a good point. So
yeah, government issued ID.
So yeah. Anyways, all right. So should we move along?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I will not eat from a certain fast food joint that I used to work at. The employees do nasty things to the food. Be wary of the fast food places you go to. Oh, I hate things like that.
I know.
Because I don't think you don't seem like you do the fast food thing often. I do the fast food thing way too often. And that it skeeves me out. Like thinking of that, it skeeves me out, man.
Oh man, I am definitely one of those people. And we do fast food occasionally. We had In-N-Out yesterday. But
that's what you call it, huh, Dayna? Woo! Go there,
but I think about that.
Enjoy yourself In-N-Out with Dayna.
Yeah. I think about that when I go to restaurants too. Like I will not be rude to a waiter or to a hostess or to anything. I am sweet as pie because I'm like, you are not spitting in my food.
Well, they might be like, she's so pretty, I'm going to spit in her food. Yeah. She's too sweet and she's pretty. Screw this. She's getting the hoagie.
Yeah.
Big old loogie right in there.
Loogies for everyone. Yeah. No, thank you.
Did you ever see the movie Waiting?
Yes. I forced my teenagers to watch it too.
Yes. That's such a great movie. I'm waiting for Kim and Tom to, well, Tom's watching. I'm waiting for Kim to watch it. She's going to hate every second of it. Yeah. But she has to watch it. I love that movie so much. I made my son watch it. And he's like, wow. This is great.
Yeah.
But you need to, All right. So fast food dude, that's what we're gonna call you, fast food dude.
Yeah, because we don't know where he worked at because he didn't reveal that information. Rude.
Was it definitely a he or could it be a she?
Oh, I guess it could be a she. I'm really bad at this game. I always just assume.
Oh, what? Just because the bad things are happening, it's got to be the guys.
It's got to be a dude.
It's got to be the dude. Well, it's the fast food dude or girl. So what do you call it? What we're gonna need from you, fast food dude? One, we need to know if you're a dude or a gal. So if you're a gal, we'll switch your name. But what do you call it? We want to know where you worked. I mean, don't have to tell me the exact location. Because God forbid I ever ate there. But that being said, we want to know a list of like crazy things that were done. I want to know, what we should be worried about, kind of moving forward, you know what I mean? And make me decide whether I want to continue eating.
Like if you feel like telling us stay away from Wendy's chili, just tell us that and we'll stay the fuck away from the chili, okay?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I hope it's nothing bad with Wendy's. I have a relationship with
Me
them.
too.
I have a relationship with them.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
I did. That's who I did. That's who I did the IMDb boat with the IMDb yacht for.
That's so funny.
Isn't that weird? Yeah. So So hopefully it's nothing bad about Wendy's. But anyway, so all right, let's move forward. Your turn.
Here we go. I have triple X photos of my best friend and his wife. I have been
Really?
attracted to her for many years. So even when I realized I had them, I kept them so I could see her whenever I wanted.
Oh, that's creepy as fuck, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's creepy as fuck. That's disrespectful. And yeah, if I found that shit out, I'd probably twist your goddamn head off. That's just me personally.
Dude, and he has pictures of both of them. It sounds like, right? Of my best friend and his wife. Where'd you get those?
Yeah. Like how did you get those? Now maybe it was from some kind of security camera somewhere. Maybe they were not careful and
maybe they put amateur porn up on Pornhub.
Well, then that's a different story. Then that's their own fault, and you can look at her chooch whenever you want.
We can only guess at this point.
Yeah, we can only guess at this point. So this way, I want you to make me feel like you're not a scumbag. I want you to tell me why you have these photos, how you got them, and what do you call it? We need that story. So give us a little bit of a background behind that, so I don't judge you too hard. In general, if you somehow came across these things and were in their house or had something of his or hers, and now you're looking at it. I mean, I think that's disrespectful, especially one, it's your friend. Two, she shouldn't have to be subjected to that. If you're looking at regular pictures of her and having your wild dreams, that might be one thing, you know what I mean? And that's, screwed up enough considering, it is your friend's wife. But you know what I mean? Like, at least if the pictures were of her dressed, it's not you sitting and looking at her all sexy and non dressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with her legs spread wide. So,
question: do you want your friends to think your wife is attractive?
Do I?
Yeah, like, and I don't mean like, do you want your friends to want to bang your wife? I just mean like, do you want your friends to look at your wife and be like, oh yeah, Brim did good. Look at his wife. She's smoking.
You know what? I'm a very jealous person. I know my wife is gorgeous, so I don't need the approval of anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would prefer them to respect my wife rather than say, oh, she's a good looking girl, or oh, she's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I respect you, Dayna. Yes, you are an attractive woman, but I respect you. You know what I mean? Like that's a kind of like, so, your husband knows that, there's nothing ever going to happen there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's no thought, like, and you should have that trust in between your friends. You know what I mean? The people that you're friends with, there should be that trust where there is respect, not just for your friend, but your friend's significant other as well.
Yeah.
One of the things that's absolutely fucking disgusting is where, a couple breaks up and then the friend starts, jumping in there or trying to be, like what my first long-term girlfriend, I was a kid, and I was stuffing like 20 girls this Sunday at the same time. You know what I mean? But like, so
were you stuffing with your penis or were you stuffing with like fluff?
No, with my penile unit.
Okay.
But I was doing naughty things. I was in college then, and I was doing and what do you call it? So I wasn't innocent with that one. But I had been dating the girl for 6 years, on and off. But what do you call it? One of who I thought was a friend wound up jumping right on in there as soon as I was out of the picture. And I thought that was absolutely disgusting. Now, you want my sloppy seconds and you want to eat wherever I went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Enjoy, bro. Like, that's fucking nasty. And she should be ashamed of herself as well. They're married with kids at this point.
Oh, wow. Damn. Okay.
But we're also talking about like a major step down.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because it's me. But like, yeah, no. I'll show you that picture later too.
Okay.
You tell me, you let me know. But anyways, for for me, that's I'd rather it be like a, oh, she's really cool. She's a good person. I respect her. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, she's very pretty. They're very pretty. They're an attractive couple, or you know what I mean? I'm cool with that. Not like a, oh, your wife's smoking. If somebody came up to your husband and was like, oh man, Dana's fucking smoking, she's hot, bro, I would fucking beat the snot out of them for him. Right?
I mean, it's funny because I've actually had women come up to me in a bar, pre-COVID and probably pre-kids actually. But I've had women come up to me and be like, oh my God, your husband is so hot. And I would be like, right? I know.
But that's different. That's not a friend of yours. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like Danielle's gotten that about me before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what do you call it? And some girls, especially when I'm doing signings and things like that, like some girls are very, very forward, and they're just like, wow, and she handles it well, but because she knows I'm not doing anything. But at the end of the day, like it's just, no. If I've had other girls come up and be like, oh my God, your wife is so gorgeous, she's so beautiful, blah blah blah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I also know my wife doesn't like to go fishing, so you know what I mean. We're okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have to worry about that. So anyways. That was awful mean of me. But anyway,
PSA to all of Brim's friends: don't tell him that his wife is hot. Damn it!
No,
unless you're female, then it's okay.
Then it's okay. That's okay. But I mean, am I like you're okay with that? Like, if would you think your husband would be okay if some of his friends were like, oh man, your wife's really fucking hot? Like, come on, Dana. I don't think no guy. I mean, unless they're really, even the most secure guy. Why would you want some other guy, especially a friend of yours, having thoughts about your wife? That's a fetish, by the way. Yeah. And that into your little fetishes. Did you see what I'm saying?
How my husband would feel about that. I mean, I doubt that any of his friends are like, oh my God, your wife is so hot, because they respect him. So I guess that's more of a respect issue.
So it's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Maybe
you said it in a little bit of a different way. Yeah. You were a little more straightforward with it, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if they came up to him like that, he might be like, oh yeah, she is, just to save face. But the back of his mind, I can almost guarantee he's like, I'm going to beat the snot out of this mofo. You know what I mean? Like, I will bury you. Like, think about it, like, seriously, like, I mean, come on. If one of how about if you had one of your girlfriends said, maybe she's a little bit slutty, you know what I mean? Or she has a history, and she's like, Dana, your husband is so hot. Oh my God. What are you going to say? You're going to be like, yeah, he is. Or you're going to be like, okay, why are you telling me this? Right? It's going to go through your head.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely keep my eye on her probably, but
thank you.
But I would be like, fuck yeah, he is. And,
thank you.
And then I would, just make sure that she's, just staying in her lane, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, see, I've had multiple people that I thought were good relationships with and good friendships with, who have hit on my wife. Yeah. So that shit does not fly. You know what I mean? I will twist your fucking neck off and break you. End of story.
It's really funny because my husband is oblivious to people flirting with him. He is totally oblivious. And we were out one night and he got like he got a table at a bar. And so, champagne and all of that shit and Grey Goose or whatever we had on the table. And this girl was having her 21st birthday and she just like drunkenly stumbled up to where we were. And she was like, I left, I think at one point I was like, I'm going to go home, honey, you stay, have a good time. But I like wasn't feeling good or something. So I left. Mm-hmm. And this girl tried to get in my husband's Uber and he was like, I'm married. And if you try and get in my Uber, like she will hurt you. So my husband basically was like, hi, Uber driver, can you please take this female to wherever she would like to go? And I'm going to order another Uber.
Yep. Pretty much, it's crazy. I oh my God, stories I could tell. But oh my Lord. But this is not Brim's Dirty Little Secrets. This is Dirty Little Secrets.
Oh, so I think you got a good one coming next.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've always got the nasty ones. But you always get the poop one, so I guess.
Yeah, I got the poop ones. So.
You ready? Should
Ready.
I put on my lispy voice for this one?
You should.
Right. Here we go. Right.
Ready.
All right, here we go. I sell my panties to strangers on the internet so they can sniff them. And yes, I sniff the panties too. All right, so that's pretty interesting. So, is this a male or a female?
I do not know.
See, I can't, because it could be a male.
It could be. I mean, I would assume if you're calling them panties, though, that it would be a female.
That's not true.
Okay. I was going to argue, but I don't have an argument. I don't have a leg to stand on because you're right. It doesn't have to be true.
It doesn't have to be. No, you can have some big ass burly man with a little G-string on and call it panties.
Oh man, his hairy, sweaty butthole. And then he's selling them online and everyone's like,
didn't we have this conversation like at least a couple of weeks ago?
He went for a jog.
Oh, that's so nasty. Oh my God. So, okay. So let's just assume it's a woman. We'll assume it's a woman. Okay. So she sells her panties to strangers on the internet. And, and yes, I'm assuming that's what they do. They sniff them. So she sniffs the panties. So I need to know more.
I know.
See, I need to, first of all, what does it smell like? You know what I mean? I want to know. Maybe you should send the sample to the show so we could get an idea.
You could send them straight to Brim.
Send it to the studio. What do you call it? Kim would kill me. What do you call it? Before I would die before I got home to
what do you do? You pick it up and you smell it and you're like, guava. You know, like
where did you did you just pull guava right out of the hat?
No, yeah.
The fact that you pulled guava out of the hat is just fantastic. That just gives me just a little bit more respect for you, Dayna. I just got to tell you, the guava pull, that works. So yeah, okay. So I guess, you know, if a guy is getting them, I mean, I guess he's using them to sniff while he's getting himself off. You know, like I guess, you know, putting himself in the spot in the you know, feeling the flavor, if you know what I'm saying. You know, the question is now, are they tasting them too? Are they like licking them like, oh?
I would love to know, like, if you're listening to this and you are a panty sniffer, could you let us know what you're looking for? Like when you get, like, what is a good panty sniff? What is a good waft when you're sniffing the panties? I'm curious. I want to know. I told you I went down that fucking rabbit hole and now my brain won't stop.
The fact that you can say that with such a straight face just makes me love you so much more. Like, I want to know what makes a good sniffing panty. How does that panty sniffing work?
I mean, because I have to imagine that if you sniff panties, that you sniff many of them, and that you're going to prefer one over another. So, what is the difference between these things? Do
you like sweet? Do you like musky? Do you like, you know, do you like a little, you know, skid mark in there too? I mean, like, what's the?
Is there a certain ethnicity that you're like, this is very good? Like, I want to know all of it.
Spicier than the next?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if I'm going to get into fetishes in a future episode, you know, I like to be knowledgeable. Somebody school me a little bit on this. Yes. Okay.
So we're going to call this. So her name's going to be Snifferella.
Okay.
Snifferella. I'm probably going to forget the name. So, you know, just, we got to note it later on. But, so Snifferella, if you can do us a solid and write us back, give us a little more information. And, you know, and if you're sniffing, like, what are you sniffing the panties yourself for? I mean, if you're sending them, it's a business and you're doing it like as a business. Okay. You know what I mean? I see where you're going there. You know, a lot of people who do that. I understand that. But what do you call it? Like, you're sniffing them for yourself also? Like, why are you sniffing the panties as well?
Or maybe she's just making sure she has enough in there. She's like, nope, this one smells too much like Downy, can't use it.
And also give us the amount of time, like, for your average wear of the panty. I mean, are you doing it for an hour? Are you doing it for 3 hours? You do it for 30 minutes because you want to make sure that you get, you know, a good amount, you know, throughout the day, so you can send out to multiple panty sniffers. You know, like, Like, I mean, are you eating certain foods? Are you passing wind in them? Are you, is it during your period month? I mean, your period
Right.
week. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to know more. I
Do you
guess we need to
charge
know more.
extra for period week?
Oh, menstruals.
Ooh. There's so
Oh,
much we have to learn about panty sniffing,
that's
Brim.
what I'm talking about. Yes, let's do that. Ooh, again. Ready, Dayna? You and I. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. All right, there we go. You got the ooze. You got the ooze. We want to know. We want to know. All right. My lord. My lord.
Okay,
You're next.
let's get one more in here. It says,
Thank you. Because I don't want to do that next one.
We'll do that one next week. I'm in a toxic relationship and I constantly find myself daydreaming and fantasizing about my coworker. I feel terrible. Am I a terrible person? I'm sorry. I'm in my head. I'm going, no, of course you're not. You're in a toxic relationship. And Brim's like, meh.
Well, you can go first, my friend. You go first.
So, I mean, I feel like we have covered this before, but if you're in a toxic relationship and you know that it's a toxic relationship, then I would suggest, getting out of the toxic relationship. And I understand that that can be very, very hard sometimes. I know that there are connections, there's houses, there's kids involved, or
Pets.
Assets, pets. Yeah, there can be a number of reasons why it would be extremely difficult to get out of a toxic relationship. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. And if you're unhappy in this relationship and you're fantasizing about your coworker, you're daydreaming about having a better life in general, it sounds like, then no, I don't think you're a terrible person. But I do think that you are a person that needs to reevaluate what is important in their lives and then make decisions on that going forward.
Yes. You're not a terrible person. If you are in a relationship, again, we just know what we're seeing here. It's very basic. In a
Right.
toxic relationship, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's been going on for a long time. It could have just started. It could have been,
Mhm.
it could have been something where you're having a bad couple of months. You know what I
Right.
mean? And maybe somebody's got some issues. There's a drinking. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So in terms, there might be love that I don't see anything of you anywhere you saying that you love your significant other or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't say that you're married. You know what I mean? If you're not married, then you know what? At the end of the day, then you're certainly not a terrible person. I mean, should still be a certain amount of trust there in any relationship. And honestly, you really shouldn't be fantasizing about other people. But some people are okay with that. I mean, some people have that. What do? They play. They pretend people they're somebody else. They
Like role play?
Role play. They role
Yeah.
play. You know what I mean? Dana's like, yeah, I know about that. Some people will role play. So again, I don't have enough information about this to decide whether you should jump on those thoughts or not.
Right.
But if you're in the toxic relationship, my first advice, as Dayna agrees, what do you call it? You need to try to get yourself out of that relationship. And I would suggest doing it ASAP. Because if it is that bad, and then you need to find a way out. If you need help getting out of that situation, there are places that can help you. I don't know if we have any of that information that Dayna can put into the show notes.
Absolutely.
Maybe something there. And if that happens, please let us know that you're okay. And again, if you're out of the relationship, because I'm again, remember, I'm that guy who does not believe you should be doing things while you're in a relationship, regardless of the relationship situation. Get yourself out, and then you can act on whatever you're doing. But what I would suggest, because and if you're in a toxic relationship right now, anyway, I think that if you start involving another person, it's going to make that even worse.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to put it's going to make the situation that much worse, and it's putting somebody else in and getting them involved in something that, you know, can also ruin your friendship and relationship with that person because,
Yeah.
you know, you're bringing in more toxicity. Does that make sense?
It does. And also, you know, like thinking about that, you're not giving yourself any time to heal from that.
Right.
So then you end up, you know, hurting this other person. But on the flip side of that, because again, we don't have all of the information.
Agreed.
Maybe if maybe this relationship is salvageable and you guys can seek, you know, therapy or talk it out or whatever it may be. I don't know. So there's kind of two sides of that. If you think
Agreed.
that, you know, maybe it is just a rut, you know, I mean, my husband and I have definitely hit ruts and we needed to work through it. And we've done, you know, therapy together as a couple, like 2 or 3 times now, you know, and it just kind of helps us get through and communicate with each other. And then, you know, and we always end up stronger because of it. So I'm a big fan of that. So if you think it's salvageable, give it a shot. If it's not salvageable, if you're done, then be done. But, you know, you got to make that decision one way or the other.
But you are not a terrible person and you should not feel terrible. The fact is if it's just daydreaming, it's just fantasizing, you're having, you know, your time with yourself, that's perfectly fine. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, again, you're not hurting anybody in that type of a situation. So you're not a terrible person. Hopefully things will get better for you. And, you know, Dayna and I love you. We hope that things will get better for you. And hopefully you will get out of that relationship if it is a bad situation. So, you know, check down in the notes if you're listening and you know, and hopefully Dayna will be able to find something that is, you know, like a main number that then you can find something local.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? So anyway, I think that's about all the time we have, right?
That's us.
Yay, we did it. We got another episode down. Woo! It's wonderful. I love this show so much.
Me too. It's so fun.
It's so much fun. What do you call it? I wanted to say make sure you hit up all of the social media guys. We need you to let us know about all your fetishes, whether you want it to be a secret or not. Just let us know. Please make sure you rate, review, subscribe every single opportunity you have the chance. What do you call it? You know, we're on all different platforms: iHeart, Spotify, iTunes, you know, all that good stuff. Please make sure you rate, review, subscribe. As Dayna will always say, 5 stars only.
Damn straight. I will hunt you down.
She's
You heard it. I've already gone down the dark rabbit hole. I am not afraid.
Yeah. Anyways, before we leave, Dayna, the first and only rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
That's great. I love it. And we will see you next week.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.